We wanted to meet our regulatory obligations to fill those wetlands. We wanted to meet potential operational obligations, and we want to do something that is going to be a gift and a treasure for South Carolina for years to come. We took a gamble. It was seen as a gamble at the time, but now seems so obvious. And we just sat down with every conservation group that we could possibly think of, and we asked, hey, what are your critical needs right now? What are your kind of dream projects?
And so lo and behold, we said, do we have the project for you? I'm a map person. I like to see what is protected on a map. And where we are, this piece of property in particular was a huge gap in protection between the Francis Marion National Forest and the Cooper River. So we had our eyes on this property for a long time. And it's been a struggle. It was a struggle for a long time to find the resources to be able to acquire it.
The Boeing Corporation, they acquired this site. We call this a landscape scale mitigation project. Many of the species that depend on these need that landscape scale connectivity. The intent is to restore it to the greatest degree possible to its natural condition. It has tremendous leverage for fish and wildlife habitat and aquatic resources, and particularly water quality.
We're so proud of it because it's such a model for how conservation and commerce can work together towards a common goal. And Sustain SC is sort of the embodiment of that. That organization is doing that and wanting to broker that all over the state. They want to replicate this example. You know, Boeing was a big hero in this area on this particular tract in the Keystone, but immediately on the heels of that, the port was seeking permits to deepen the harbor.
And I would say that the first phone call I made, based on the success that Boeing had, was to Ashley and the Boeing company to say, okay, how did you work up the nerve to move through environmental issues, not in a courtroom, but in a community room? It made us better because we involved the environmental community. They challenged us, like they did others, to participate and select mitigation properties that were part of a coalition of needs.
And what they decided to do, in addition to their regulatory requirements, they donated $5 million to Low Country Land Trust to manage as a revolving land fund, to make investments in the Cooper River corridor and, in a sense, stabilize the region, stabilize the river, add to water quality, all of the ecosystem services and values that we hold dear in this corridor. Just on the heels of that project, we began working with Volvo.
When we were offered land here to build our first plant in America, it is in a precious area surrounded by wetlands and very rich wildlife. So we're very proud to say that part of the project of building a plant here was to mitigate 1,500 acres of neighboring wetland. So we're working towards the next generation so they have something to inherit and they can be proud of what we've done.
We had to go out and make ourselves a little bit vulnerable as we talk to all of these organizations. And what Sustain SC has helped us figure out is, hey, there's an organization, a collaboration, a group that they're right there for us. And we get to talk about what our values are, we get to hear what their values are, and we get to see these obvious places where a lot of these things really align.
When jobs come to South Carolina, when corporations can flourish, when the environment can be protected, there's a lot of winners. This is all coming together in one small state at one time with so many different entities, so many different people to accomplish the same goal. It's really a miracle.